So it is no longer news that the FIFA World Cup is currently 8 days away. Based on the countdown to the World Cup, we are 8 days away to the FIFA World Cup. Ladies and gentlemen, as it stands right now, FIFA in conjunction with IFAB has actually made some modification in terms of the rules concerning this beautiful game of football going into World Cup 2026. So I would like us to quickly take a look at some of the modifications made in respect to some rules going into this particular World Cup tournament. But before I dive into the matters, as usual, support your guy by liking this video. Please and please support me by liking this video. Leave your thoughts and comments, if at all, in the comment section. Let's have a discussion in the comment section. And don't forget to smash the subscribe button or smash the follow button, depending on where you're following me from, if at all. You understand? Now, starting off with rule number 1. Which has to do with throwing, to be precise. He said throwing in countdown. There is now a 5 seconds countdown when it has to do with throwing. And there's a punishment to anything that basically breaks each of these rules. And he says, if a player deliberately delays the restart of play, the throwing can be given to the opposition. That is what he's trying to say. If a player is awarded with a throw-in, and he has an interval of 5 seconds to do what? To restart play with the throwing. But if the player intentionally, deliberately don't do that or restart the play within an interval of 5 seconds, the throwing will be handed over to what? To the opposition team. That is the newly modified rule. Second rule going into this particular tournament has to do with goal kick countdown. There's also a countdown in goal kick, and it is an interval of what? 5 seconds as well. And it says, also apply to deliberate attempts to run down the clock and can result in a corner being awarded. So in a situation whereby a goalkeeper is expected to take a goal kick and he or she actually delay or deliberately delays the restart of play within an interval of 5 seconds, it is expected that a corner kick will be awarded to the opposition team, looking at this particular rule. Rule number 3 now has to do with time-limited substitution. In terms of substitution, there's also a countdown in terms of substitution, 10 seconds to be precise. Now, and it says, substituted players has 10 seconds to leave the field at the nearest point. If they fail to do so, the substitute cannot enter the field for at least 1 minute, and the team must continue with 10 man. That is 10 players. So if a player is being substituted, the player is expected to use the nearest exit on the pitch of play in order not to do what? Waste time. You understand? So if a player basically wastes more than 10 seconds of the speculated time, it is said that the player that is expected to go in as a replacement for that player will actually stand outside for a period of 60 seconds. That is the punishment for any player or any team that actually breaks this rule. Take note of that. Now, rule number 4 now has to do with off-field treatments. Off-field treatments, to be precise. It has a duration of what? 1 minute speculated to it. And it says, players who are treated by the physio must stay off the field for 60 seconds. There are some exceptions, including for goalkeepers injured and if the opponent is booked or sent off. Now, they are not giving us a context to how this rule is basically applied. Now, it is basically said that if a player actually gets injured, it is expected that, okay, the player that is being treated is expected normally to stay off the pitch for an interval of 60 seconds, which is what? A minute to be precise. They now make an exception for goalkeepers, to be precise. We all know that goalkeeper is very, very important to the beautiful game. You cannot say you will be taking the goalkeeper off the pitch of play for treatment and he should stand for 1 minute. No, it is not possible. It is not applicable to the goalkeeper. So take note of that. In terms of the goalkeeper, it is not allowed. But where it is basically also allowed when a player is being sent off on a pitch of play, maybe due to a red card situation, that is in terms of this particular rule. Moving forward as well, the 5th rule has to do with player covering their mouths. It has actually been a talk or a matter of concern in this beautiful game. We'll be seeing players having discussion on the pitch of play where they'll be closing their mouth, having discussion or saying one or two things to their respective opponents. This is what the rules have to say. Any player covering their mouth in a confrontational situation with an opponent may be sanctioned with what? A red card. Maybe. It is not stipulated, because in recent days or in recent years, while watching this beautiful game of football, you'll be hearing players basically come out to accuse other players of this player actually said this while closing his or her mouth due to allegations. So they are trying to introduce this rule to basically curtail players actually saying some certain things to opposition player while covering their mouth. So the punishment is there is high tendency of a player being awarded with what? A red card based on these rules. Moving forward, another rules has it that moving forward, the sixth rule of this beautiful game has to do with corner can be checked. VAR can make sure that a corner has been correctly awarded, but this must be done quickly and before the restarts. So if a corner kick is being awarded, it is expected that VAR can basically come in to make sure that the corner kick is truly awarded or truly earned, not just awarding due to what? A mistake by the referee or a mistake by the linesman. So in order to avoid those errors, a VAR will be used to do what? To basically review some of those decisions in terms of what? The corner kicks awarding in the beautiful game. And on a final note, the seventh rule modification, according to FIFA going into this World Cup, has to do with second yellow card can be reviewed. And it says players sent off for 2 caution can have the second booking checked, but there will be no review for potential second yellow card. Now, what are they trying to say here has to do with the yellow card situation. We all know that in the beautiful game, you can be sent off in 2 different perspectives. Either you are being awarded a direct red card or you are being awarded double yellow card due to 2 offenses, basically. So it is now stated that if a player is actually being booked, the second yellow card that actually leads to the player being sent off in the beautiful game can basically be reviewed to be certain that yes, that player is not being sent off due to what? Ignorance of the referee or poor judgment by the referee. So as it stands right now, second yellow card being awarded to players are basically expected to be reviewed at this particular World Cup tournament. So ladies and gentlemen, looking at all of these rules, let me know your takes or let me know your opinion on how you see each of these rules. Let me know in the comment section. Let's have a discussion in the comment section. Don't forget to like this video, share this video, leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. Let's have a conversation. Please and please don't forget to like this video. Please support your guy by liking this video. Follow me at Football Clan depending on what social media you're watching me from. If you're watching me on YouTube, do well to smash the subscribe button. And please don't forget to like this video. You understand? As usual, brotherly, onto movement. I don't